Looking for Bible teaching and theology that is gospel-centered, mind-illuminating, heart-convicting, life-changing, and an all-around good time? Whether you're a seasoned theologian or someone curious about the Christian life, listen in as the Valley Life team teaches the Bible, holds life-relevant discussions, and interviews and shares insights and stories designed to help you know Christ more deeply and serve His church more effectively.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever and however you are listening, and welcome back to the Valley Life Podcast. Today we'll continue our series, Seasoned with Salt, with Miss Laura Lapp.
Hey, I've got a story for you. My dad's parents came from Armenia. They survived the Armenian genocide. My dad spoke fluent Armenian. He didn't even know any English when he started school and kindergarten. My dad was never, ever allowed to speak English at home. I do not know how to speak Armenian. I know one bad word and I know hello, how are you? That's it. It was just too irresistible not to take a story from the Bible and tweak it a little bit with a few Armenian names. Indulge me in this. This story is simply called The Power of the Tongue. And the verse is Matthew 7, 1 through 2. Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. Once there lived a woman by the name of Metzperon. She was a very busy lady. She made it her business to watch people and give her opinion about everything. One day, as she was walking to town, her eye began to bother her. It was probably a speck of dust, she thought, and went about her way. When she came to town, she spotted a young mother and her child. The mother had set her laundry on the ground for a moment to play with her child. Metzperon stopped and yelled at her. "What is wrong with you, woman? Stop being so lazy. Pick up your laundry and get to work. You are wasting time." Metzperon walked away in disgust. Her eye was beginning to sting now, and she felt perhaps it was not just dust in her eye, but something larger. No matter. She continued on her walk. Soon she came upon a group of women having tea, and she sat with them and refreshed herself also. Now the group was trying to cheer up a woman who was feeling very sad. The women were teasing her and joking with her in hopes to making her smile. And Metzperon said, "You women are so stupid. You talk foolishness. You should be talking about important matters instead of gibberish." In anger, she quickly left the group and went on her way. Her eye continued to worsen. It felt like there might be maybe a small stone in her eye, but she continued on. Metzperon came to the grocery and stopped to buy some fruit. It was a bit difficult for her to see because her eye was hurting so very badly. However, she noticed a woman with heavy makeup on her face, dressed in dirty, filthy clothes. And she immediately went up to the woman and said, "Woman, you look offensive and indecent. You should be ashamed of the example you are setting for your family and friends." As Metzperon turned away, she bumped into a wall. Her eye hurt so badly she could barely see. In fact, her eye not only hurt, it was beginning to feel quite heavy, as if a large object were hanging from her face. No matter. She continued on. Soon it began to get dark. Metzperon could barely see, and her face was so heavy from the trouble in her eye that she could not find her way home. After some time, a woman passed her in the street. "Metzperon, is that you? You look like you could use some help. I will be happy to show you the way home." "No," said Metzperon. "You only want to help me home so that I will be indebted to you and have to do something for helping me. Leave me alone." "Metzperon," the woman said, "I want nothing from you. Please let me help you. It appears you have something very large in your eye. You can't even go home. I must take you to the doctor at once." They immediately went to the doctor. The doctor looked carefully at Metz-Perron's eye. With a special medical tool, he removed a very large plank from her eye. The doctor spoke very gently. "Metz-Perron, you have plank eye. Plank eye is when a very large log begins to form in your eye, and it's a terrible disease." "But how did I get plank eye?" said Metz-Perron. "Plank eye begins to form when you criticize other people. The more you judge another person for what they are doing or saying, the bigger the log gets. Eventually, you go blind. The only way to protect yourself against plank eye is to look at your own actions and your own words and your own deeds to see if they are appropriate. We are not to judge other people," said the doctor. Now, this is a silly story, and of course it is not true. But there are some truths within the story, and they are important, so let's talk about them. Remember when Metz-Perron noticed a woman with her laundry and child? She criticized her for taking a few minutes to play with her child instead of doing her chores. She thought the woman was wasting time. Did Metz-Perron see that she was wasting time, interfering in someone else's life? No, she had plank eye. Next, Metz-Perron judged the group of women who were trying to cheer up their friend. She accused them of talking foolishness, yet her harsh words were foolishness. Her judgment about what they should be talking about was inaccurate. Did Metz-Perron see how foolish she was? No, she had plank eye. Then Metz-Perron criticized the woman in the store about her appearance and accused her of being shameful. Did Metz-Perron see that her harsh and cruel words were shameful? No, she had plank eye. Metz-Perron was so busy judging other people that she never had time to look at her own actions and words to see if they were proper or not. The Bible talks about plank eye. Matthew 7:3-5 says, "Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me remove that speck from your eye,' for a plank is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye." It is easy to criticize other people, isn't it? We all do it. It's much easier to judge another rather than to look into our own hearts and judge what we say and what we do. The Bible says it is not our business to judge other people. We are responsible for our own actions and our own words. The Bible also talks about the tongue. In James 3, it says, "Although the tongue is small, it has a lot of power. The tongue is like fire. It can destroy. It is also like a rudder on a boat. It controls things." It goes on to say, we use the tongue to bless God, and we use that same tongue to curse other people. Metz-Perron is an Armenian word that means big mouth. In the story, she used her tongue like fire to criticize and judge others. The Bible is warning us that if we judge others, we are setting ourselves up in place of God's law, and we will in turn be judged for these actions. How often do you find yourself in judgment of another person? James 3:16-18 says, "Where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing are there. But the wisdom that is from above is pure and then peaceable and considerate and submissive and full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Are you a hypocrite? Is it your aim each day to not be judgmental, to consider that there might be extenuating circumstances in someone's life and it's not always what it seems? Is it your aim each day to be peaceable and full of mercy?
Thank you for listening to the Valley Life Podcast. We hope today's episode has enriched your understanding and sparked new insights. Stay connected with us for more episodes. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, remember, bad theology hurts people.